The Himalayan range is the youngest mountain range in the world and boasts immense natural resources. Nicknamed the Third Pole, this range of mountains holds more ice and snow than anywhere outside the polar regions. These mountains' glaciers feed some of the world's mightiest rivers that millions of people depend on. And as the rugged terrain lowers into the hills, it gives way to expansive rangelands, diverse human settlements, rich agricultural fields, and lush forests. Mountain forests play an important role in sustaining a number of ecosystem services. Not only do they stabilize steep slopes, they also host a rich diversity of flora and fauna, help regulate groundwater recharge, vital for springs, and are an important source of energy. Forests also naturally capture and store carbon and can therefore help in maintaining the global carbon balance and mitigating climate change. In the Himalayas, humans and nature have coexisted for centuries, and in some remote corners of the rugged mountain landscape, people continue to live untouched by development and are highly dependent on natural resources. Take Nepal. For example, 45% of the Himalayan nation is covered by forest. But with a population of 28 million people and growing, conversion of land for agriculture and settlements is putting pressure on the nation's forests. This is further aggravated by heavy reliance on fieldwood for cooking, particularly among poor rural families. More than 75% of Nepal's household energy demand is met using fuelwood, and this dependence on fuelwood will continue until other energy options are more affordable and accessible to forest-dependent communities. One of the biggest challenges to enhancing forest conservation lies in how we view forest resources. Today, cut timber and fuelwood are given a higher value than standing forest. And it is this economic perspective that is driving deforestation and forest degradation. Local forest-dependent communities play a critical role in forest conservation. Not only are their lives intertwined with forest ecosystems, they are also the biggest beneficiaries of healthy forests. Recognizing this, there has been a global renewal of interest in the forestry sector. Under the United Nations Convention on Climate Change, developing countries can now seek finance for performance-based forest management. Under this global instrument, financial incentives to improve forest management are helping developing nations break away from trends of deforestation and forest degradation. This instrument, REDD+, creates incentives for developing countries to reduce emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. REDD+ is a voluntary instrument under which participating countries can decide whether to access funds for improving forest management. However, forests cannot be viewed as a carbon sink alone. In order for REDD+ to succeed, it must have a human face. REDD+ has the potential to simultaneously contribute to adaptation poverty reduction, biodiversity conservation, and sustaining vital ecosystem services.
राजे तुम्हारा महाराजे तुम्हारा चली जाऊंगी
Progress is already being made in the region. Nepal has shown the world how government-owned forests can be handed over to local communities to manage the forest, and has tested a benefit-sharing mechanism to make REDD Plus work at local level. It and other countries in the Hindu Kush Himalayas must now work to ensure community-based REDD Plus efforts benefit local populations, while also meeting national and global REDD Plus performance targets. To do this, REDD Plus activities must recognize the interests and stakes of people dependent on forest resources, including indigenous populations, poor and marginalized groups like Dalits and women. REDD Plus has created a unique opportunity for governments, local communities, and other organizations to work together to reduce emissions from mountain forest landscapes at a relatively low cost. We just need to let forests grow